Hey guys, Jessica Damo here, and I am showing off a bunch of work-in-progress custom mobile suit action figures. Been kind of on a customs binge for the last week. Had some busy weeks, and it's like vacation, build robots. So, I'm showing these off because I want your guys' feedback. Does it seem like, 1 Year War UC? Does it seem like a good idea? Ideas for improvements, etc. So, starting off the mix, mass production G-Bull. The G-Bull gets no love. Basically, the G-Bull is, the front end of the G-armor on treads with its cannons and the top half of the Gundam. Only I thought, truth be told, if they were mass producing this, the need for the vents here and the wings is completely unnecessary. And I don't mean like a mass production, like they built hundreds, but, a small production run. There's a manga about Johnny Raiden and the Federation Survey series way after Char's counterattack, where they're just looking at old equipment, old mobile suits, and old weapons and surveying them for the purpose of historical, knowledge. Kind of like they do with World War II stuff in real life. Anyways, so like the G-Armor, it did get produced along with several variations, and so did various other things. I thought, how about the G-Bull? G-Bull gets no love. So, on the MSIA, this piece fits all the way back here on this peg. It goes right there. And it looks kind of weird. So I just super glued it on. And so, yeah, G-Bull. I was kind of thinking putting some weapons on the sides or something. It's a bit front heavy. I might need to put some weight in the back. And maybe give it a different paint scheme or something. I don't know. I'm looking for some feedback there. I've always thought it weird that the pilot of the G-Armor, or the G-Bull, is the Gundam cockpit block and not back here. Anyways, definitely need feedback on this one. But, scaled down version, simplified, there you go. Bare bones. Okay, there's something called the GM Camoufle. This is not it. This would be similar in the same way. So the GM Camoufle is a Zeon mobile suit, mostly Zaku, slimmed down considerably and re-armored to look like a GM. The GM Camoufles went into one battle operation, took out a fleet of Federation ships, and on their return got taken out by their own Musais. Yes, it's a very sad story, and it's an illegal weapon. Shouldn't have existed. Thought, you know what, it'd be cool if there was a GM that looked like a Zaku. I know, we might just capture some Zakus and reuse them, but I've, done that. I've got a Federation captured Zaku in my collection. So, I started just messing around, and I had this Lego space helmet, I don't know. I cut down a damaged resin cast GM head, just kind of shoved it in there. So it's kind of hidden. It's a little weird because the tubes go up around the head. I thought I would add a vent on the front of the mouth. This is a Hyzot gun with a Gundam aimer reticle. And I don't even know where this axe is from. It's some kind of cheesy toy, but it kind of reminded me of Zeon. It's got little thrusters on it. Crazy! Axe may or may not stay. The cables are just for show. I thought I would put some on the legs. The basis of this figure is a Jin from Gundam Seed. Always thought, it looks a lot like a Zaku 2 version 2, but would need some work. A Hyzok shoulder here and a standard RX or a Zaku shield sticky tacked on to a squarish shoulder, which gives it more of that GM feel. A little bit, I think. Anyways, it would probably end up green in the end, with a Gundam backpack with no beam saber hilts on the back. Trying to make it look like a Zaku, and yet still keep, some major basic GM attributes, including the vents on the front, only they would be painted green to match the mobile suit, so that hopefully the enemy wouldn't notice. Anyways, thoughts on this would be appreciated. Good idea, bad idea. It's been kind of hard to figure out. Oh, I forgot to put a Zaku next to it. Zaku. Next to it, you can kind of see, it looks pretty similar. If you're familiar with the GM Kamoof, you'd understand the concept here. The GM Kamoof does not look exactly like a GM. At first glance, if it was flying by fast, if you caught it out of the corner of your eye, you're like, oh, sweet GM, you know, but then you're like, oh, wait a minute, why are there cables coming out of the back of it? You know, why does its armor look a little different? It's kind of the same concept here. Let me know what you think. I had a Dagger L, Dark Dagger L. I always thought those cannons should be on something. I tried putting them on a gun cannon, but it was just way too much. So I threw them on a gun tank. Just sticky tacked them on here for the moment. I can move a little bit. That's kind of nice. Let me know what you think of that. Threw this together last night. Just threw strike parts onto a GM version 1 with a GM Kai head resin cast. It's kind of interesting. Might slim down the knees and make them look like GM knees. I don't know. So, the GM 1.9 project, where I rebuilt the GM version 1s using 1.5 parts, has left me a bunch of GM 1.5 torsos. And I've stolen their arm joints for the GM 1.9. And so I've got, you know, all these leftover parts. It's like, man, what can I do with this? What can I do? And this is a head from L Game or something like that. I just put it on there. But these are Rose Gundam shoulders, stripped down, and the legs from Maxter Gundam, which have a slight GM-ish feel. Sadly, it is the 1.5 feet, which still leaves me, you know, problems, because it's the 1.5 feet, and those generally get used on everything else that I'm building. But it kind of looks like a heavy GM, you know, it's got these arm shields and whatnot. I give it 2 beam saber hilts in the back or something like that. More of a sculpted GM cockpit on it. Change the color scheme. Oh. But it's kind of cool. Yeah, I like it. Just to throw out a standard GM. This is a GM version 2, but you get the picture. I guess for best comparison, the GM 1.5. I'm always trying to make GM variations in my collection. And, you know, the stuff that I build is hopefully so it can be used in stop-motion animation someday. Which right now I'm just kind of taking a break from FOP while I build a bunch of things, because I'm having a lot of fun. Well, these are the things I've been custom building. I'd appreciate your guys' opinions on every single one of them. Just let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. See you later.